between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Start with Pollard, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mahomes. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn: find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Pollard again. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mahomes now to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. but this is third down. Now here's Mahomes. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll run forward with Pollard. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. The Ravens at 500, sitting at 5-5. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one. I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Throwing is Hurts. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Oluokun. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Here's Hurts to throw. And he will slide down with a good gain. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Hands it off out of the gun. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They go play action with Hurts. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Nice footwork at the 25. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So they get the interception, and almost as importantly, a big return after that.
And who was the guy that saved the touchdown, partner? The guy who threw the interception. A lot of times, he just gives it the old Olay, but give him credit. He went old school. He was determined not to make this a pick six, and he got there in time to make the tackle.
They'll run left with Pollard, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
His throw caught right around the 6. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal from the 3. Pollard will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1. Pollard again. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Evan Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken from about the 12. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football. Wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick. And the Dolphins are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Dante Jackson picks it. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 43 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. The slot man in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the Ravens are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from evening this one up. What's good on the extra point? And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
But for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing off.
And he coughed it up, and it's picked up by the Ravens. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want him to catch the football.
And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. And the Dolphins will take over here just shy of the 30. A nightmare of a first half for him, and that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the...
And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take the blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end.
19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 37 yards.
And the Ravens have moved out in front.
Rex with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Mahomes will try again on second down. He's going to try and go deep again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Throwing is Mahomes on third. He's going to let it go again. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guy.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
18
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Hurts. Got a man. It's Schwartz, complete.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
On 2nd down and 4. Hurts finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On fourth down, here's the option.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Hurts. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete.
And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 35-yard line.
Drop 50.
He'll drop to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Anthony Schwartz.
35 yards as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I'm sure there was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
He's going to go up top again. He's got a man, complete.
And he will have a Dolphins first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. His throw incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Second down and goal. Mahomes. And this one too low. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused.
And it'll be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a throw out to his fullback. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Panther 11, Panther 11.
On 2nd down and 4, Hurts. His pass caught at the 4. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, break. Ready.
Throw left side complete. That's right. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need,
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 30, 10, 5, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20.
And my goodness, another interception. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
A short kick taken at the 18.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And that pick six a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a three-possession full.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Lutt's good on the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
From the 10. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. Finding space at the 40. Still going. Inside the 20.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tony Pollard, 78 yards.
And the Dolphins get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now down to 20. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage to try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9.
Throwing is Hurts. This one completes Alec Pierce. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And now here is another interception. 20. 10, 5, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
A short kick taken at the 18, and he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. A bit more of a somber tone here as they take the field after throwing that pick six. But, Charles, the bottom line is they still have the lead. They're still in the driver's seat.
You're right about that, and let's face it, when you throw a pick six, it's demoralizing. But when you look up at the scoreboard and realize you still have the lead, you kind of put that wry smile on your face and say, okay, let's just shake it off and start over again.
2nd and 2.
Hey, smash Broncos! Hey!
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And some space here.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Open man here, Schwartz, complete.
And he's got some space here. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 16.
18, pioneers!
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Okay, break! Broncos! 19 tight!
They're going on fourth down with Hurts.
And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
One final try from Mahomes. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone.